Hey, we got our dirt detection event. Okay, so those are the purple lights that it turns on. That is super cool. And it's going to do like a figure 8 where it detected that dirt. Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today let's do a quick review on the Shark PowerDetect ThermoCharge Robot Vacuum Cleaner. We're going to see how well it mops up these muddy paw prints. We've got a bunch of dirt and debris on these hardwood floors. Let's see how well it cleans up this big mess. Okay, so the robot's going to fill its internal water tank up with water. Then it's going to come undock. Okay, let's see how well the Shark PowerDetect 2900 series cleans up this big mess. I've got a cable on the floor. It looks like it did avoid it. It's going to vacuum and mop this room at the same time. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to travel to the room and it's getting that mop pad wet. So it's going to kind of go back and forth. It's got an internal water pump that's spraying water on top of the mop pad to get it wet. And there is an internal water tank that the base station filled up with water. Looks like it's got really good obstacle avoidance. That's really hard to avoid. It blows a puff of air in the corner to help clean the corner. And up against the wall, you can see it blowing that puff of air. Now it might have saw my foot right there. That's why it's going around. My foot was right there. So it saw it as an obstacle. So the first thing it's going to do, it's going to do the perimeter of the room first, then it's going to go back and forth and make the nice straight lines. And it's got that scrubbing action from the mop pad. It's moving the mop pad back and forth. Wow, it did a good job. Now this mud's dried on. It's been dried on for a couple days. This was wet mud. Wow. There's a toy which can be really hard to avoid. Looks like it's doing a good job. Yeah, I wish it would have stayed a little farther away from it. So when it senses an obstacle, it can turn that side brush off, looks like.
Cleaning mission complete. Going back to the base.
So now it's going to travel back to the base station and it's going to wash that mop pad with hot water. That's why they call it the ThermoCharged. But we can see it did an excellent job here. There's a little bit left in the crevice, a little bit left of the dried on. The corners look relatively clean. Here it is traveling back to the docking station. It's got a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. We fill the clean water tank up with water and Shark Vac Mop solution. That's what it's going to use to wash that mop pad. There's a brush roller that's going to go back and forth. It's also going to auto empty the dustbin. So everything that it vacuumed up is going to go into a container that's bagless. And I can, after about a month, I can take that container out, take it to the trash can and empty it out. And now it's going to wash the mop.
Starting to wash my pad.
And this process takes usually about 2 to 3 minutes. You're going to hear that brush going back and forth. There's your clean water. There's your dirty water tank. You'll have to empty this out about once a month also, because it's going to wash that mop pad. It's going to heat the water, and then it's going to suck the water up into this dirty water tank, or they call it the gray water tank. Yeah, this had really good obstacle avoidance. That's a sensor on the front. It's not a camera, but it does a really good job of avoiding obstacles. And here's where that puff of air, it can blow a puff of air out. And these are the sensors when it's up against the wall that it knows to blow a puff of air. Okay, here goes. It's sucking the water up into the dirty water tank. Okay, so now it's filling the water tank up so that it's ready to go for the next time. Again, the robot has an internal water tank that's being filled up from the base station. Okay, so now it's drying the mop pad with hot air. You know, the fan's not very loud. You can hear it, but it's not very loud. That's going to keep that mop pad nice and dry. All right. There's the dirty water. Let's go empty out. I'm going to just empty it out to show you, but there's the dirty water tank. So here is all the mud that it got off the floor. Wow, it did a really good job. I like it. I do. There's just something about it you can kind of tell, and it's always the ones I wasn't looking forward to this one, to be honest with you. I thought, what could be different? I actually thought they had the same old unit and they just put a heater in it. That is not the case. Now, what I'm learning about Shark, they love to reuse plastic. Like, this has a lot of parts that are obviously from the older one. You know, here I have the older one. It's really, really close to being identical, other than the LiDAR and the sensor on the front and stuff. And I'll see this with Sharks. I do a lot of their cordless vacuums and their upright vacuums. They like to they'll make a new one, like a new cordless vacuum cleaner, but they'll reuse some plastic from the old one. So while it may look the same, the internals are usually different. And that's the case here. There's a lot different. They've made it quieter. It's noticeably quieter. The base station's quieter. Everything about it is quieter. Now the app, I think they took away some features. I'm not sure, maybe, but I would like to see, again, add suction levels, add different wetness levels, and 2 passes. But again, no robot is perfect. So this, you're going to get the Shark name brand 2-year warranty. I think they have pretty good customer support. I've used them a couple times. They do try real hard. They have a technology where they can turn your phone on and use your camera, and you can do like a FaceTime with them. And so they can walk you through some different things. I've done that on a couple things. Now, this last time I reached out to them, it took them almost 5 or 6 days to get back to me. Oh, it was on their new fire pit outside. I was missing a part, I ordered a part and it didn't come in. And it took them a while, like 5 or 6 days to finally email me back. I did it through email. So today I'm going to be getting the Mova Mobius 60 out and the Matrix 10. So look for these videos coming really soon. And with all the holiday shopping events, we just got done with Prime Big Deal Days. I do videos for these sales. I go and I have all these robots and I research them. Let's say that Shark was on sale for $700. Well, it's going to go up against the Mova P50. And I do think there is a place for this Shark. The Mova P50 might be a little bit better robot, but complexity might be a little bit more with the P50, where the Shark maybe is not as complex. It doesn't have as many features as the P50, but sometimes that's okay. So look for me on these big shot, like Black Friday's coming up. That's going to be like a 2-week event. I'm going to do all the research and get you all the sales, because my job is to get you the best robot at the best price. So I really do appreciate everybody's support. Again, check out my website. That's when these big events are happening. So you may not have time to watch the video. I am going to do a video of like the best robot vacuum cleaners for Black Friday day 1 and day 2. But if you don't have time, I update my website, justadadapproved.com, with all the products that I approve of. I'm reviewing wet floor mops, cordless vacuum cleaners, and Shark's really at the top of the cordless vacuum cleaners and the corded vacuum cleaners. They really have that market down. They really know what they're doing. They're starting to figure out this robot vacuum cleaner. Just a couple tweaks, I think we could be right there. So again, that's a completely new robot. They're not really promoting it a lot yet. I do appreciate everybody's support. JustADadApproved.com. And thanks everybody for watching.